get those sweet YouTube views.
Shnerdcast episode 22. Finally back at it again.
That's the double done.
We got two mics this time. Me and Cameron fucking rolling deep now. We're rolling hard.
Absolutely.
So today, be talking about some of these new games that are coming out. I want to talk about the Terminator Dark Fate, the one that everybody's hating on, the Terminator movie.
Oh shit. Yeah, I've seen some trailers, dude. I may throw some fire at it.
Oh, dude, trust me, it's already got tossed into the furnace, bro. It's getting killed online. And then we'll talk about some TV stuff and anime stuff later. But the first thing I want to do is give a quick moment of silence because we lost a legend recently. John Witherspoon, the dad from Friday.
Oh, no way.
Passed away, I think, last week. I don't know how, but yeah. Sadly, he passed away, which was crazy because he was just on the Joe Rogan the other day.
Damn. So that's his probably last appearance in anything.
I think he might actually be coming out in the... he's talking about on that show that we're making new...
I guess like the last time he was recorded. And yeah.
Yeah, so if they do come out with anything, it might be like something with Boondocks. So just a quick couple moments of silence for that fool because he was a legend, so... Rest in peace, man. Fucking have a good one.
Peace.
What I found, because when my girlfriend told me, I was like, no way, it's this fool, no way, it's the same guy. But when I looked it up, I got offended because the second search was, is Reese Witherspoon fucking related to? And I was like, are you kidding me, people? Probably these young millennials that don't know anything. And
it's that clickbait, dude. They needed the clicks, they needed the traffic, so they made the story.
Right. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty whack.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, he was hilarious. And just look up some of his stuff. Look up Friday. Look up Boondocks. Look up what was the one where he was with the Marlon Wayne twins or whatever, the Wayne brothers on that TV show.
The Wayne's brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, dude. I remember watching that with my brother, and it's kind of funny because it is a show about brothers, and like it's like yeah, a lot of that shit is exactly
something,
like that.
something, and recolor or something like that.
High five.
Yeah.
And they cut, and they're like, man, this shit's whack.
Oh man. Yeah, there's some good ass TV shows back then. Not a lot of like diversity in TV shows today. It's all about family now.
Oh, dude, family and acceptance.
Yeah.
Could we make a black show that's not Key and Peele? Because that's not black.
Or like Blackish, that one show. Like, nothing against it, but it's like, that's just like a family black sitcom, so.
Which one?
It's called Blackish, I think.
Oh, yeah. There ain't no way I'm watching that.
I mean, it's been around for like a few years, so they've been doing good, apparently. Only black show on Fox or something, or NBC. I'm just kidding, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, fucking actual cable television is nothing but just whack stuff. Yeah. But regardless.
I wanted to talk about this for the games though real quick because I feel like I always write it down and I either get a little too faded and forget or it just kind of just flows over my head. It's Dragon Ball Z Project Z, which everybody calls it Dragon Ball Kakarot or whatever, but I'm going to call it Project Z.
Right.
And I think this one looks pretty fucking sick, dude. I'm excited for this one. I brought it up a few times. I feel like I'm like a broken record at this point, saying the same things. But I looked some research up online, and I saw some complaints about how some of the models looked.
Ooh.
Yeah, and honestly,
okay.
when I read that, I was like, what? I thought people were just hating just to hate.
They might be.
They could be also, but I think because we're watching those trailers, just some of the action. It looked a little, not like some of the animations looked dead. They didn't really have an expression at that point. So they're doing something, but their face kind of showed like lackluster in any.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that. That was, they have time to change it. Though.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like the very least a beta stage.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it like that. I actually like the character models, dude. All
yeah,
of it
me
looks
too.
real authentic.
They showed some other stuff where it showed Goku going Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that one looked kind of funny too, but I mean, dude has no eyebrows and a fucking Neanderthal fucking like eye sockets. So what do you expect?
He's got over. Wow.
Exactly.
It's like he's at the pinnacle of so much strength that his eyebrows have muscle.
Exactly, dude. Fucking muscly ass eyebrows. Dude. His eyebrows can punch you. It's like SpongeBob. You gotta have finger muscles. You gotta have muscles on your muscles on your muscles.
Dude, that's how tough Super Saiyan is. It's like, yo, Rusty's Spittoon, but like times 2.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be good. I'm still gonna be a day oneer. I want to buy it, or I want to I want to stream it, but I feel kind of awkward with streaming because I feel doing something raw when streaming is like a double-edged blade. Like you can get like a fucking gem, or you could just, which is like, especially for a newbie, is like every now and then.
I feel you on that. That's how I feel when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
You know, Twitch/Apollo Pie. Thank you.
Link in the description.
And, I mean, it's really weird because when you're streaming, you have to like realize like not everything is gonna be a gem because not every moment in your life's a gem.
True.
But then again, when people watch you, like they don't really watch for those gems. They just watch because you're generally entertaining.
Yeah.
Which a lot of streamers really are.
Yeah.
Like Summit G, he's fucking tight. Like
What's
him
his name,
as a
Summit
person. Just Summit. If you just Google
What does he
Summit.
play?
He used to play a lot of Fortnite because he had to. But he just said, fuck it, I don't want to do that. And he just moved on to playing, it's that one pirate game. It's not a fucking pirate game. I don't personally like it. But he does.
That one just came out, huh? Right? Or
Came
something
out
like
a while ago.
I think it just came out for Xbox, though.
Yeah, because it's crossplay.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
my coworker at school, at work, he
Probably plays that shit.
he was telling me, he was like, yeah, you're a pirate. It's like that other one, but it's way better.
Like Rust, but like...
Yeah. It's like one of those games.
I can't think of the name, but I'm sure later on you'll probably think of it. But it's a cool game. I don't like it because I don't want to play it. That's not my style.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not trying to play Wind Waker for real.
Yeah,
no one wants to
exactly.
do that shit.
Yeah.
But
Is it called Elise?
Atlas?
Atlas?
Not Atlas, but it was made by Microsoft, so it's sold on their store.
Okay.
But I don't know. Regardless, when people watch him stream, they're not watching for like they used to watch for the dude's skill, but it got to a point where it's just his general personality. It's like, dude, if I hang out with that guy, I'd definitely buy him a beer. He's an okay guy.
Gotcha.
And that's what people really end up watching your stream for.
Ah.
That or titties.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a girl, you get automatic views.
Oh, fucking a follower a day, easy.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't even have to be fucking hot either. You can just be a girl.
True.
Also wanted to put out this little info for Dragon Ball Z Fighters. They got some new Broly screenshots for the new character. I got kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little burnt out on Fighters.
no.
Yeah, it's because I got whooped a bunch of times, and it's because everybody's using the quote-unquote top-tier characters, which is GT Goku and Gogeta. And
somebody for an assist, right?
Well, yeah, I'll be like, so I like Super Saiyan Goku, because that's fucking, he's like literally like the best all-around character in the game.
Yeah, big cheesy stuff, dude.
Yeah, and then he also has the best one of the best assists. He has one of the easiest combos to learn. I mean, they're all pretty much, once you know one person's combo, you could kind of figure out everybody else's combo.
Right.
But he's like one of the, he's the one you should start out with. Like if you want to learn the game, he's definitely the one.
So he's the Ryu.
Yeah, pretty much he's the Ryu and like Ken. Like he's a Ryu and Ken, because like Vegeta's not even Ken, because Vegeta is like completely different from what Goku is. So it's like, yeah, it'd be like Vegeta would be like Guile. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
Like, and it kind of would be, because he has like the kicks and he could spam the fucking fire like that. I guess it would be like Big Bang for him or something like that. But yeah, I wanted to ask you something though. Is there any fighting games that you played where it was just every match you played was the same? Like everybody was using the same character pretty much, or like a character that you faced against that was like, well, yeah, you beat me. Like you're this character, so you should have beat me.
Yeah, definitely. And like the obvious answer is Street Fighter, but to be like more specific to the viewers and the listeners, Street Fighter 4 during the dive kick era. You remember when Yun and Yang were in Street Fighter 4?
Yes.
Since, like, I played Honda all day, every day. Like, that was me in the streets slapping hands. Like, for me, it became a point where, like you said, you kind of get burned out of getting hit with the same shit.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of options to actually beat them. So you're like, well, yeah, I lost. Like, that's a fucking 9-1 matchup. Of course I'm going to lose. Like, statistically, I don't have a chance. Whatever.
And it was kind of like one of those things, too, at least for me, it was like, even when I did win, I was like, it wasn't satisfying, you know what I mean? Like, in the end, you weren't that good. Like, at least that's how I feel, because he has this...
Even that. It's like, you win by the means you do not want to win.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you're like, I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah. I guess, like, the word people use now is the meta, and, like, the meta for the game is just, like, you know how we were playing Marvel vs. Capcom, and I was, like, I guess I was, like, bullying?
Yeah.
It's like that, but, like, straight up. It kind of goes back to the old snapback meta where I hated, where it's like, okay, do your damage. It's like, learn this combo, learn how to knock a character, swap the character while you end the combo,
right.
Repeat. Learn the combo, like, do the combo, swap the character out, rinse, repeat. And that's how it kind of is now, except without the snapback. It's just, let me see how much fucking damage I can do with this one character while you're in the corner trying to defend.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, it's like
that relentless pressure.
It's bullet.
What are you going to do at that point?
Yeah.
You know?
And I like... It's one of those things where it's... Because I don't play fighters every day. You know what I mean? Like, I'll play it every now and then. And when I do play it, I only play it for like an hour or two at the most. So there's people who's on there playing it all day. Like, so that's their game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But with Gogeta, there's this one animation that he has. It's a special in the air where he shoots fireballs down.
Mm-hmm.
But the animation takes fucking forever because it shows him charging up his fireball and then shoots it down. And then it shows your character on the ground. And then it shows the things coming down, then hitting your character. And it's just like, it has to be one of the longest fucking regular, like, super specials animation in the fucking game.
Fuck.
I feel like I get hit by that shit all the time. And it's like, usually when people do that, it's just because they don't know that Gogeta has another special in the air. Or it's just, that's, like, it's simple to do. Because once you, like, get him in the air, it's just, and, like, as long as you punch him and you do it.
Yep, that sounds about right, dude. That is fighting games in a nutshell. Like, you hit the pinnacle that I was at before, where I just kind of fell out of it.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing, it's just that's what the fighting game community does.
I definitely needed a break, though, for sure. Like, I had to, like, stop playing for, like, I played it the other night, and I did alright, but, like I said, dude, all GT Gokus, all Super Saiyan Gokus, all Gogetas, and I'm over here trying to play Janemba and fucking...
the game, because you're trying to play fun characters.
And Piccolo and shit. I'm trying to learn all these random characters that, like... You have to actually learn to play.
Learning the game.
Yeah.
No one wants to learn the game, dude. They want the easy win.
That's kind of what I hate about tier lists, too. Is like, because this one dude...
It's unavoidable.
Yeah, true. This one dude, Sonic Fox, he's like, I guess, like one of the top dudes, like top 5 players in the world of fighters. Probably top 3, but,
yeah, I definitely say maybe not... Well,
for fighters.
America, yes. World, probably not. Because we also have, like,
he's top 3. He's top 3 for... because he's always winning. And
there's just overall, not tournament though.
Yeah. No, in the tournaments too, because he beat this one dude who's probably better than it. If not, they're like head and head. He's called Go1. It's this Japanese dude.
Oh, Go1. Yeah, dude, he's a really solid Street Fighter.
Yeah, Go1. I call him Go1.
I know you. That's the thing with Japanese
I don't know.
names and Korean names, dude. They'll pick letters, put them together, and then that's just their fucking name. It's like. Fucking why? Do you even know what that means?
Right.
Is that what we look like? We're just fucking getting regular ass Japanese tattoos and don't even know what the word or kanji means.
Right. For the what I was gonna say real quick though is he added Base Vegeta to the tier list, and now everybody's like, well, maybe I need to play Base Vegeta now. Maybe I should be playing. And this is like, okay, like, I just hate usually when it comes to like fighting games, very little people want to actually get good. And what I mean by get good, like they don't want to take a time to actually learn a character nobody knows how to play.
Flow chart.
I don't know, what's that? Like
So, there's a small percentage of players that are out there that put a flowchart together. So if you do number 1, number 2, and number 3, then you're going to be plus on block, and you have the advantage all the time.
Yeah.
So then your next setup is number 4, number 5,
number
okay.
6. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, but if that doesn't work, then you start over with option B, and then you do this one. That's the flowchart theory.
Gotcha.
Like, you run into that in fighting games all the time, and when that starts to become an everyday thing, everyday occurrence in a fighting game, it starts to kill it for like the average player.
Exactly, because this dude who just watched like some guy play a YouTube video and then practiced that same combo over and over and then applied it to, you know. And
then that's him. Yeah. Like basically on autopilot, brain dead doing that.
Because dude, trust me, there's been times where people have done that to me, and I'm sure you've noticed, like you've done this plenty of times too. But you like break that flow, and then they kind of like go into a panic, or it's like
they don't know what to do after.
Yeah, you're like, really?
Like, oh, it doesn't work.
But what hurts the most is when you lose to that, and you knew like what the fuck he was gonna do.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he's gonna do this, and then you're like, you prepare for it, and he does it, and you're just like, I fucking knew it. Yeah. I read it, but it happens still. You're like, dude.
This is weird because, like, in a way, I'm proud of you, but I also feel your pain. Like, you went through what I went through back when Street Fighter 4 came out, when Street Fighter 5 came out. Every fighting game I've ever played competitively.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you finally hit that point, and now you're like, I want to play for fun. Like, this competitive bullshit sucks.
What's annoying, too, is, like, I guess because I usually play casual for a few rounds to warm up, and then I'll play ranked. But the other night, I just jumped into ranked, and I beat this guy a few times, and then he left. And then the next, like, 7 or 8 matches, I just lost. And I just lost, like, fucking 1,000 points, and I was like...
That's fucking... Yeah, that's demoralizing.
I was like, yeah.
Been there, done
But
that,
it was like
dude.
what I was saying with all those characters, like the GT, the Goku, the Super Saiyan Goku.
What are you gonna do, right? It's either...
Jump on that hype train, or...
Yeah.
Try to hold that resistance.
Yeah, exactly. And then basically like what it becomes at this point is how much better can I play my low tier skill set versus the high tier, you know?
That's why I like playing Piccolo, because literally I wish they had more characters like this though. Like Piccolo's literally, so it's like in that game you push, like if you're in the area you push X, Y, B, like a simple combo, you knock him to the ground.
Right.
You can't do that with Piccolo. You have to put, like, if you do that, he'll knock him, like, in the air. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if you push X, Y, B, you knock him to the ground, they get sliding, and then that's
he's, like, in reverse.
Once it's when you're in plus and everything.
Like, do a knockup, then.
He'll knock you against the wall, like, against the wall. Like, instead of knocking you down, he'll knock you straight. And then that's when you can, like, grab him, like, do a bunch of, like, wall combos. I think they nerfed it to the point where, like, a lot of his stuff doesn't really work anymore. Or you have to, like, you're in, like, a little tight frame, like, schedule. Like, yeah, he's all about side, so you'll do those like XY attacks, and then you could, if you're in the corner, you could slide him down. Like he'll do like a little, he calls it like Demon Claw, and he'll like hit you down, and it's like
sounds like
Demon Slash, where he like
isn't that what Inuyasha does, dude? Demon Slash.
It's just like he goes like that. You can see like he just pulls up his hand, and
I'm just saying, like I swear to God, that anime Inuyasha, he
straight up. I thought you said Yu Hakusho. Oh, Demon Claw, yeah. He's like, yeah.
He had that shit, dude. Like, looking back at that now, it's the most cringy anime I've ever seen in my fucking life.
You know, I thought it was, I got so into it, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, but then when they broke the pearl, or whatever, the power shard, or whatever that's supposed to be,
I forgot what it was, too.
And it turned into like a million pieces,
yeah.
And they're like, we have to find all the pieces. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, I watched it for like another like 100 episodes, or like 50 episodes, but after that I was like, they're never gonna, because I thought about it, like, I fucking was like sucking on a Tootsie Pop one day, and I popped it, and I was like, damn, there's hella little shards. Like, they ain't gonna find all those shards. I was like, fuck this, dude, they ain't gonna find everything.
Dude, that's fucking classic.
That was my little fucking
that analogy
middle school logic when I was a kid.
Fucking, there's a lot of shards in this. Hell no.
I was like, this is gonna take fucking forever. But I mean, it did go on for a while, and so did Bleach, and fucking One Piece is still going, apparently.
Yeah, but One Piece is like, it's like the fucking shonen that sells Jump. Like, that's straight up all it is. So it's like you can't be mad at it. Luffy keeps getting dumb strong and get abilities that like just don't make any sense. Like
It's called like fifth gear or something like
that.
that.
Fucking why?
It's weird because they're all super stretchy. It's like Stretch Armstrongs fighting each other.
Right.
So have you heard of this game called Outer Worlds?
Yeah, I have.
Dude,
it looks awesome.
It's a Fallout clone.
Yeah.
It's a Fallout clone. Like, let's be real, it's a Fallout clone.
100%.
They definitely. These are the same people that made Obsidian. These are the same people that worked on Fallout New Vegas, though.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's a really good.
So
game,
they made
but...
possibly one of the best, if not the best, Fallouts ever to exist
for sure
on Bethesda's engine, and they never were like after that they're like nope, we don't want you to touch this game anymore. You made the game better than we ever could. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're right.
and then look what they turned it into.
Yeah, 4 okay. But then they're like 76, and they're like, oh, no, nobody wanted that. Nobody wants this. No one asked for it. Why is this even a thing?
If anything, they should have just did what they did with the Skyrim Online.
I think that's what
the MMO or whatever.
That's probably what they were.
They try to keep it Fallout.
It's just that's not what people really want. Like that's a solo world type of thing.
Exactly.
Like introducing like a multiplayer, it's kind of cool, but not really.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe like a co-op thing, but not like a.
If that.
Like if it's made for like 2 people to like actually explore the world.
If that's your flavor, then you'd probably play Borderlands and get more enjoyment out of that.
True. Yeah.
You know.
You know what was funny though? There was I saw these videos because you can make your own like settlement or like your own house or whatever, and there'd be like this thing where it was like, this guy made a platform on top of this big ass mountain, like a house, and then he'd make a platform like a patio, and then people would come and he'd be like, "What are you doing here? Get out of my house." He'd literally lure them to a certain part outside the patio, and he'd be like, "Don't go there. No, that's my spot." And they'll be like fuck with him, and then he'll push a button, and it's like a little lever, like a hatch.
So it's a trap.
Yeah, they'll fall hella far, just die. There's a couple videos I saw like that. That was kind of satisfying, but other than that, I mean, what's the joy?
That's funny though.
But Outer Worlds is it's actually pretty cool.
Have you played it?
Yeah, actually, it was for free on Game Pass. I was gonna buy it.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a very similar situation on Windows 10.
Oh really?
Yeah, since they put it on the Microsoft Store. However, a little exploit that you had to do because you know how Xbox has that like Microsoft 10 thing where it's like a not a client but kind of a client. It's a program that runs in the back. If you signed up to some subscription fee or whatever, a beta test or some shit, then yeah, you would get the game for $1. Problem is, I'm never going to download anything that's a beta version from Windows or Microsoft. Like, just no, it's not happening, dude. They're gonna fuck my computer
college
up
student fucking.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, well, this is gonna make it run better. No, every time Microsoft updates something, someone's computer
crashes
melts.
or something like
Yeah, like no way, dude, not happening.
Okay, so for Game Pass is a separate thing from Xbox Gold subscription. Yeah, so I'm on top of my like fucking like $80 or whatever it is I'm paying for Xbox Live a year because I pay for the full year. I'm paying an extra like $10 a month for
Yikes.
But I mean I'm getting a lot of free games, like a lot of games for free. Any like huge library of games I could play. I mean, I got Gears of War 5 for free. I ended up getting this game for free. I was literally gonna buy it, and then I saw Outer Lands in the fucking thing. I was like, oh shit! Like,
okay,
I'm glad I didn't buy it. Yeah,
yeah,
because it really was.
That's kind of tight. I like how Microsoft's doing that, but it's just super weird. This is just from like a logistics or a financial point of view.
Yeah,
like, how do those other companies even make a profit on their games? So, alright, you have like a bunch of companies that are developing games that get put onto this Microsoft Pass or whatever the Game Pass is. How the fuck do they make money off of the game they just made. You know, if no one's directly buying it, it has to be.
They have to be getting a certain percentage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or Microsoft must have did something with that. Yeah.
I don't know. I just worry for him. Like it sounds like stupid, and I shouldn't be concerned about that. It's like that's a lot of effort to put into that type of game, Outer Worlds, and then not make anything as a company for it.
It's on PS4, and I talked to
PS4 players probably paid for it.
Yeah, and it's on PC also. I'm pretty sure. And then when I talked to Tyson out there, I was like, "You guys get it for free?" And he's like, "No." And like I told him all about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I went to the PlayStation Plus store and nothing for free." And I was like,
Okay, so that's probably where they made the bulk of their money.
Yeah. And then Obsidian's probably close with Microsoft too, since you know what I mean. So
probably.
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm just speaking out of my ass. So if anybody wants to correct me, go ahead.
Please do. Tell us in the comments section.
So yeah, the map size is pretty cool though, because it's like you get a bunch of different. So there's that. From what I've seen, there's I think like at least like 7 or 8 worlds. But each world has like little maps, but they're not small. Like relatively like instead of one giant huge map with like a bunch of little crevices and houses and places, you have like one like a bunch of little maps. But little's like a terrible term because they're not small maps. They're actually still pretty decent sized maps. Like it took me. I'm still trying to beat this planet, but I'm like.
So you won't get bored in that one area.
Yeah, but I'm still like figuring like it took me like a good. And this is me with these games. You went into a village and you end up having like fucking 30 million side quests because you want to talk to people and you're like, yeah, okay, I'll do this, and they're like, oh, okay, I'll talk to this guy. And in those games, I like to have high like Fallout, and those like I like to have my my charismatic skills like tippy top. So like I'll just build everything else up. I like my persuasion and all that stuff to be really high because it's just easier for me to. I like shitting on people while I get experience without having to shit on people with the fist.
Understandable.
But back to the maps, it's pretty cool, dude. Like it's not bad, and I'm still pretty like at the beginning. Like I said, like I've done a bunch of side quests, and I've probably only done what like maybe 3 hours, if that, of the main quest.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I probably have like 10 hours on it, so I'm just like I'm like literally because I like to level up and find weird weapons, and I like to. I mean, I'm not so into the point where.
Speaking of which, how are the weapons in that game?
They're pretty sick. I'm still like exploring how the weapon systems and everything works because you have workbenches and stuff, and it's relatively simple from what I can see. I'm still learning it. I have this once like a scythe that's like on fire and shit. And it's pretty sick, and you have energy weapons. And what's cool is you have your homies. You have not like how VATS was kind of, but it's not VATS. And you don't like lock on or there's no percentages. You just look at them and then companions with you. And you could just each one has like a little super special. And if you have a purple bar, it's like your VATS bar, or like your special meter. And it's always full, but if you use it or shoot somebody with it, it goes down. And if you tell one of your homies, they'll do something. So I have this girl that has an electrical hammer, and she'll smack somebody with it, and it'll knock them out or like stun them. And each character has their own like super like special where you
dude.
So it like knocks them out and stuns them. Not with like bosses or anything, or like really strong creatures, minions and stuff.
Right.
Which is pretty fun.
Support characters.
Yeah.
Like fucking Krillin.
You ever played Knights of the Old Republic? Those old.
No.
So it would be like Knights of the Old Republic. So it'd be like if BioWare, the Mass Effect, those kind of games, fucking had a baby with Fallout, and fucking Borderlands was his cousin. That's what it literally like the best way I could describe it. You know what I mean?
But I say maybe Borderlands is his uncle.
Yeah,
like tries to learn shit from their uncle.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Shit, I mean that sounds pretty sick. Like if I can walk away from the game I've been playing, maybe I'd give it a shot.
I mean, if you're looking for a new game to like actually sit there and play, because it is one of those games where like you can't play it 45 minutes or an hour because you're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
You have to play it for 2 to 3 hours at the least. I really recommend it. I like those kind of games. It's definitely a Fallout clone, but it's a fresh breath of air because it's not Bethesda, and we all know what Bethesda's doing right now to its fans. It's kind of like flipping the bird and like, well, we're just gonna milk it when we can.
Flipping the bird, dude. Like, this is way worse than that. It's like, I would say not Bethesda. Well, it's Bethesda, right? Because it's their
Bethesda, yeah.
But it's like they're the fucking kids that like cut in the lunch line.
Yeah.
Just look you dead in the eye and then just like act like they didn't see you and then just like walk in the front. And you're like,
fuck you.
What the fuck, dude? That's what Bethesda is right now. Like, yeah, I know I fucked up, but I really don't care.
One last thing for the Outer Worlds game. It's not perfect. It's still kind of buggy and a little choppy.
Honestly, it's kind of what I expect, but in the type of games that that studio makes, like, it's to be expected, not in a bad way.
I mean, people are already loving it more than Fallout.
Right. So, like, when these like bugs or glitches happen, it's like, yeah,
it's expected with those games, honestly.
I don't blame the engineers for not like seeing that one. I don't blame you. That should probably was guaranteed to happen.
Unless you're Rockstar, unless you're like some company like Rockstar where you have like the budget to actually fucking go through everything and clean shit out.
Yeah, but they also want dumb shit to happen because then it makes it fun. It's not a bug; it's a feature.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Little quick throw in right here. I'm doing a Modern Warfare walkthrough. Anybody want to check it out? Link in the description right here. Go for it, man. So if anybody, I've been doing it for a while. By the time this comes out, I should be done. There's only a couple levels left for me. So yeah, definitely want to check that one out. So we're gonna switch gears here real quick. Want to talk about Terminator Dark Salvation or Dark Fate Dark Salvation.
Oh boy, we're back again, dude. Terminator.
Right? This is the second reboot they tried to do or something like that in the past couple years because they tried to do the Terminator Genesis where Kyle Reese was the bad guy or whatever. Or not Kyle Reese, John Connor was the bad guy. He was the Terminator himself or something. Some like paradox happened where he was like
a Terminator. I have not seen a Terminator movie in a long time.
I'm a huge Terminator fan. That's why I saw this movie. me and Trinidad went to go see this. I love the first two Terminators. The first one used to give me nightmares, and I never understood the ending when I was a kid because it showed fucking the Terminator getting crushed and it like had his hand out. Yeah. And I never understood that's why like the second one happened and like that's what created Skynet and everything. And the second one,
the leftovers.
And the second one was fucking sick because you had Arnold coming back to fight the T-1000 or whatever it was, or the T-800. Right. I don't know the model names. I'm not gonna try to act like I do, but it was the liquid metal guy.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So
the dude that'll just fucking phase through bars for whatever reason.
Yeah, dude. And that's when they started using special effects and shit. So if you watch it now, it looks fucking stupid, but to me, I still like it. They made the
thing. Some like old movies like that are still really good. I wouldn't say like timeless, but like if you watch an old kung fu film, like it's fake, but like it's pretty cool. It's cheesy, but
you gotta immerse yourself in it and be like, this is how they watched it back then.
Exactly.
They made the third Terminator, which wasn't good, and then they made the third Terminator, which was like pretty much the start of Judgment Day. There was like, you didn't end Judgment Day, you just prolonged it. And they made the first Terminator, which was the first one that was set in the future. And then they made the Genesis one that had the girl from Game of Thrones. And
which one?
I don't know. I never watched that show.
Understandable, dude. I watched a little bit of it, but
I think that's why some people actually watched it at the time because it was like, oh, the girl from Game of Thrones, she's the new Sarah Connor.
Makes sense.
So, and that one, like, never went anywhere either. So they decided to remake Terminator, but with... So, this one, all those other movies besides the first two, never happened. So that's like the first mindset they try to tell you is like, the first two happened for sure.
Right.
Other ones never happened. Major spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen any of them.
This one's trying to be like number 3.
It's trying to be number 3 and just act like nothing. So what happened was, I'm just going to explain the plot real quick. So it starts off, it shows Sarah Connor and John Connor, which did the fake face CGI, which by the way was, actually pretty good. Like, it looked really nice. Like, usually it looked kind of funky, but
Right.
it was actually, the face CGI was good. And the main character of all the Terminators, the hero, John Connor, got killed at the literally like not even 5 minutes into the film. And the whole explanation was they stopped Judgment Day from happening, from Skynet from existing.
Right.
But they sent Terminators, sent more than one Terminator, and one of the Terminators just happened to find them from a future that didn't exist. Which I'll come back to try to explain, because when it comes to time, when it comes to timelines, like I've watched so much stuff on timelines and everything that I have somewhat of a theory. But so going further with the plot, lady appears out of nowhere from the future. It's a chick. Shows the other person, which is pretty much a Mexican Terminator, which they're both from the same timeline. They find a girl, which is, like I said, major spoilers. She's going to be the future savior. She's the female John Connor, pretty much. Like, literally, some action, and then, like, 45 minutes of meeting Sarah Connor and old-ass Sarah Connor. All this stuff happening, like, just plot, running away. They get caught up in the Mexican border to fucking, because they have to go to this, because this all takes place in Mexico at first, and then they have to go to the States to get some, like, extra help or some shit from somebody they know. They get caught on the Mexican border. So they had more action scene, and then they go and they find Arnold. And like I said, I'll come back to these points, but this fool's an old man now. And he has a wife that he doesn't fuck, by the way. And she's cool with it. But I'll get back to it. So more action. They get a bunch of guns, more action. They're fighting. They get stuff to stop the Terminator dude. Which, by the way, as you saw in the commercials, he's Terminator with the liquid skin. Right. So there's two Terminators, but technically they're one, the same person, but they're, yeah. So they start fighting. So they do more fighting, and they have like this crazy like action stuff, which was all right. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. And then the ending happened, and it turns out she tells her like, "Oh, you're not Sarah Connor, because you're not gonna follow the man of the fucking future. You're the woman of the future, or like you're the fucking you are John Connor." And that's when Sarah Connor was like, "Oh my God, she's not me, she's John." And so that's where they kind of like flip the whole, like, kind of just rewrite it as a chick story, and it pretty much, like, they have to kill the girl from the future because she's not a robot, she's a cyborg, which I'll go more into in a second. But they take out her fucking power source, shove it in the Terminator's face. He dies. They kind of redo that last scene. Arnold comes, kills the fucking Terminator. At the very end, it does like a little homage to the second Terminator when she's looking at the fence. She's like looking at the fence at this little girl who is the girl from the future that came to the past. And then she's walking back to Sarah Connor, and it was like a little passing of the torch scene where she throws the keys to Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor throws the keys to the chick, and she grabs the car, and Sarah Connor's like, "You're driving now." So it was like a little... So, with all that little stuff out of there, I just wanted to add my little input, because me and Trinidad saw this, and I'm going to say the little... It
sounds so convoluted, man.
It really is, dude. And what sucks is, like, there's, like, probably, like, a good, like, 45 to 50 minutes of, like, plot and story. But nothing really gets answered. Yeah, it's like an hour and 45 minutes, so you, like... Yeah, you get almost a whole hour of... Because that's what the whole Terminator is. You want to know what happens in the future. So, instead of Skynet ever... So, this is what happened. They did stop Skynet from ever existing. Skynet or something like it is inevitable to happen. So, right. It's pretty much Skynet, but they're called Legion. And it's an alternate timeline, pretty much. Where instead of John Connor being the savior, it's this girl. They don't really ever go into, like, how big the resistance is. Who's like fighting the resistance, because they probably thought they're gonna do like a Star Wars thing and just remake a trilogy and just make millions of money. I don't know what the fuck James Cameron was thinking, but yeah, I don't know. But
he was thinking, I'm gonna make this fucking money off
when like it has nothing worked on like since like Terminator. Since Terminator 2.
He can't do Avatar again, so that's why he's like, fuck, dude, I gotta make this bank somehow. How else am I gonna afford my 3 islands?
Right. So so the chick from the future, she was good. She was like, she's not a Terminator. She's like I said, like a cybernetic being where she's like augmented. Right. And but they had like a stupid thing for her, so they sent her into the future, knowing damn well she's gonna have to fucking fight a Terminator. Her metabolism is only meant for short bursts. So she can only fight for like 10 minutes, but afterwards she'll like heat up and then get hella sick and then pretty much is on the verge of dying. And the only way to save her is to inject her with fucking like 7 different types of fucking pills, like liquid pills.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just like, okay, plot, I guess. Sarah Connor, I felt like they made her like a little wise cracking fucking cringy, corny old lady, like
yeah, but that's what boomers want, so.
Probably, because she was all like, well, this. She's always just saying something stupid, like, to just get out of something crazy, and she was like, well, that could have been worse, or something. You know what I mean?
That could have went better.
Or, like, she's like, I saved 8 million... I saved 5 billion people. Yeah, so I'm important. Or, like, some bullshit. It's just like...
Oh, God.
It doesn't sound like how Sarah Connor...
Okay,
yeah.
boomer. Like...
Yeah, it was cool to see her in action, but it was kind of unbelievable because there was this one scene where she was getting detained, and it was when they're in the Mexican prison thing,
right,
at the border patrol, and this dude was like, Sarah Connor, like, you're so famous, and something started to happen, he started to cuff her, and this like fucking 60-year-old woman, like 65-year-old woman, just overpowers this fucking DEA fucking agent that's like in his like mid like 20s.
He's in the prime of his fucking
and
life.
He gets overpowered.
Hell, and some old lady.
I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I don't even think a 50-year-old man could beat me up. I'm pretty sure there's 50-year-old men that could beat my ass, but if I saw a 50-year-old man on the street,
the average 50-year-old dude can't
let alone
swing.
A 65-year-old woman. Like, even if she was in the army, I can guarantee you a 65-year-old anybody is gonna get fucking stomped.
Dude, that's when your fucking bones start getting brittle, dude.
Exactly.
Like, you can't be fucking goofing around like that no more.
They try to make her seem badass in some scenes, but that one scene I was like,
yeah, you're like, all right, Hollywood, let's fucking calm down.
I think that's kind of where that woke bullshit comes in.
Woke?
Yeah.
It's just knowing better.
You can't make an Ocean's 11 or fucking like all females Ocean's 11 or fucking Ghostbusters. Like, just imagine if somebody made a fucking all-male Charlie's Angels. The fuck females would be pissed. They'd be like, "What? This is stupid. Yeah. Nobody wants that." Just like vice versa. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants an all-female cast. Like Reservoir Dogs. Nobody wants to see an all-female cast of Reservoir Dogs.
I sure as hell don't want to see that.
You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to see that.
It's just nothing against like that whole mentality, but it doesn't fit the characters. It doesn't fit the role. Like a Pulp Fiction, the two characters, Jules and fucking what's his name?
Oh, and they're fucking
dude. If they were like female characters, like,
yeah, that would be all
it just doesn't make
bad.
Any sense.
Yeah,
it's like that's not like nah.
So some
you can't have women doing thug shit. That shit don't work out.
You can, but you gotta make it realistic. You know what I mean? You gotta make it like fucking believable, like
how that shit would actually work.
Well, going back to that woke stuff, though, I guess we're still talking about it, but they have little moments where it feels like they were taking jabs at like, I guess men or like guys, because there was this scene where they're talking about the future and they're like, who's Legion? And she was like, well, they, and they kept on saying they, like, well, they those bastards, those angry bastards, like they kept on like, I was like, like it does kind of seem like they're trying to talk about men, and then Sarah Connor was like, oh, they're so dumb. When will they ever learn? And it's just like...
Maybe.
It just felt like it. Maybe they're... You know what I mean?
It was like the underlining theme.
Yeah.
That shit was there, but like, no one wants to be that blunt about it.
Yeah, it was like it was like one of the read between the lines moments, felt like... But the Terminator himself, too, was pretty sick. He was a pretty sick concept. I liked the idea of him being able to split apart. I feel like because the whole time he was really just trying to kill the main chick, like the girl who's going to be in the revolutionary, the new John Connor, pretty much.
Right.
So the whole time when they were fighting, he always had his full attention on them. So it was probably like 90% of the time, probably 95% of the time is when he was fighting her, like trying to kill her while fighting them, and 5% of the time of the fighting was him actually fighting the other people and not paying attention to her. But most of the time is him just like getting his ass beat while he's trying to get to her. You know what I mean? And
so like Link, but like,
I mean Link. It's like
universe.
It's like Link fighting the Skull Kids or whatever. Not the Skull Kids. They're like the Skeleton Warriors though, in like Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
Where you like kill them, they fall apart, and it's like they come back, and it's like
up.
yeah.
Yeah, they may as well just be called the undead, dude.
I forget what they're called. They have
every game.
They have a fucking certain name where they turn into. I forgot. I'd look it up. My phone's on airplane mode for the recording. For Arnold too. So he ended up developing a whole like personality and was like, "Oh, I'm a robot that fucking became, that learned how to fucking my AI was so advanced that I learned about human emotion and pretty much developed human emotion."
Yeah.
Developing a fucking human conscience and shit. You alright, bro? You sure? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So he ended up developing a consciousness, or not a consciousness, like a emotions, I guess. He ended up developing or like learning emotions. And he saved this chick from a guy, which is kind of assuming that chick that he's with is the girl she saved. And it pretty much seems like he says they don't have sex, and then they even say like they don't notice like a 500-pound Terminator machine. But Arnold was sick in it, and he held at the end when he because he helps kill the Terminator. At the end, he was like,
"Right,
I won't be back." And I was like, "Oh," like that was probably one of the only saddest moments because like, oh, Arnold's hella old, and like he really isn't gonna probably do much anymore.
Well, I mean,
for
realistically,
Terminator though, like for me, that was like, damn, I've been watching this fool literally since I was like a baby, and then now I'm like,
I see where you're coming from.
Leaving my 20s, like getting refused from my 20s, and this fool's like, I won't be back. I'm like, no, my childhood, my fucking young adulthood is all going away.
I was gonna say, it's like, yeah, but you know, he is getting old, and he's doing political shit now, so he's like,
definitely,
yeah, I can't do movies anymore.
A little off topic. You see the video that came out a few months ago where he got a...
Some dude tried to fucking kick him in his back.
Drop kicked him, but all he did was like
took off.
He just took a few steps forward. He was like, oh. One thing I really wanted to bring up before I finish this off that really made me mad was, it's a very specific scene. They break the future girl breaks Sarah Connor's phone, and she starts fiddling with it to like do some like GPS tracking or something like that.
Okay.
And dude, Sarah was like, "What do you?" This is what has pissed me off. I was like, "Really?" Because this literally like underlines most of how they give plot in the story. She was like, "What are you doing to my phone?" And she looked at her and she was like, "Future shit." And then that's all. No more explanation. No more other talk. No more of. Not even some simple ass, oh, I'm over fucking clocking your phone, or I'm like diverting power. Didn't even give you some bullshit explanation that like, okay, there's future shit.
That's a terrible fucking line.
Right?
I'd be disappointed as fuck.
I was hella disappointed. I was like, oh shit, like, she literally cracked open an iPhone and started fucking with it, and you're like, oh, like, do something to like, oh, I'm overclocking the fucking CPU to direct power to fucking your GPS tracking system or some bullshit. Like, just give me some stupid, very layman term fucking nerd shit.
Right.
Like, don't just be like, and that's like a lot of the storytelling and stuff. And
honestly, I would not be a big fan, dude. I hate lazy writing because that just seems like lazy writing, and they're trying to fit like some form of comedy in it.
Yeah.
Still, like, it doesn't fucking belong.
Yeah, it's very lazy. You're right. I would say it's a watch with a family, maybe like one of those things.
That's a family Terminator.
Not a family Terminator, but it's one of those ones you'd watch like if you have a barbecue and everybody just like, you know what I mean, just like whatever's left of like the immediate family, you know what I mean, friends and family.
It's somewhat.
Like 8-10 people left in the room, and you just put on a movie. Like, I'm a huge Terminator fan, like I said, so I wasn't even gonna watch, but this full Trinidad hyped me up. He was like, "Bro, I'm gonna see Terminator." I was like, "Ah." He's like, "You like Terminator, right?" "I know you like Terminator." I was like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "Then you're gonna see this Terminator movie with me, bro." And I was like, "Yeah, I like Terminator. I don't care." I was like, "I'll throw my money at that piece of." It wasn't garbage, but at the same time, it wasn't the worst Terminator. But at the same time, I could see how people would be offended and think this is like some woke fucking agenda bullshit.
I wouldn't say I'm offended though.
Yeah.
Because like you and I both know where that shit's coming from. Like it just wants to be trendy in a big way.
Exactly.
But it
like 15, 20 years from now, when people watch it, they'll really be like, "Wow, like is that." It's not gonna age well. It's one of those that's definitely not gonna age well. Like both.
Shit, man, I can't predict that.
Both movie I guess, society, like, wise, like, topic-wise. Like, you just be like, wow, like, we're really shitting on the dudes, huh? We're really, like, just glowing over, like, really important shit, huh? Like, people, is that what people were back then? Like, one of the biggest franchises of all time just fucking literally just ate its own shit. Just open up the fucking cap and look at the brain of the movie and it has a peanut in its head.
Nah, it has that fucking midget. Like, this is your brain on drugs.
Beetlejuice? Yeah.
Got that nigga in there just eating off the fucking table like, hey, what's poppin'?
I wanted to hear your thoughts on No Gun Life from what you've seen so far. Because so far there's only 6 episodes.
So I only saw 2.
You only watched 2 of them.
Okay, so the only part that
first 2 are kind of, the first 3 actually are pretty lackluster.
Well, I still liked like the first 2 episodes. Just the way. The
second one was slower. The third one was kind of slow too. Yeah.
Right. Like when I don't know what the main character's name is since I've only watched the episode once. Well, each episode once, right? The second episode, how it ends in like he finds out the big ass samurai robot. That would explain, like, that's what that thing fucking looked like.
Oh, okay.
Like, the fucking hollow, like, augmented, but, like, he's not actually a person or whatever.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the second episode, you find out some kid's remotely controlling
the
fucking augmented.
Like, mentally?
Dude. Yeah. Then, like, at that point, I was like, oh, shit. The artwork's a little tacky, but good plot.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't mind the artwork.
I don't know. When I hear that terminology, like augmented, that's a terrible fucking way to portray, like cyborgs or actual augmented humans. I don't know. Like augmented humans don't look like their body parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, for example, even if his head was a cannon, it's not a cannon. Like it wouldn't be displayed like that.
Well,
right?
you saw that episode where
that's just my like interpretation of how I would draw it.
He was like messing with his head and he flung the
barrel.
Yeah, he flung the barrel around. And she's like, so those aren't your eyes then. And
yeah,
there's definitely
like when he fell into the fucking water and he's like, dude, I'm about to run.
Yeah. The one thing I don't like is how he's this big badass old school dude, but he gets fucking like little kid boners. Like he sees a girl's butt and he's like, oh.
I don't describe that as like a kid boner moment, but like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like that's exactly what it fucking does.
But I think it's a pretty cool show. I still haven't really got into it. I
have to sit and watch it.
Yeah.
The augmented or portrayed. The technology's wrong, you know?
I mean, I think it's supposed to be...
It's supposed to be like that. That's what I mean by the artwork. It's a bit tacky. Like, I get it, but that's way too anime. Like, nah.
I thought it was like its own original thing, but it has a manga too and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The manga's actually been going on for a long fucking time.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. It's just like Dr. Stone. Like, that series is like fucking 80 books or 80 episodes in. Like, in the manga series, he builds a fucking drone.
Yeah.
Out of, like, the most primitive bullshit fucking ever, right? But, in the anime, he just barely put together antibiotics. So it's like the gap between technology is, like...
still there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you like that more, like, realistic look on things, huh?
At least on like augmented humans.
Yeah.
You know, like the best way to explain it is like, imagine if like Krillin's little fucking bullet points or the
monk dots,
right? Imagine if those were actually like lasers instead of a fucking revolver barrel. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if that doesn't get... That's the whole reason I'm watching it, honestly.
Because you like that form of it? Like,
yeah, like... Cause
it's pretty sick, but it's not like what I would do.
I got you. I'd like it because it's just like... It is pretty tacky out there and stuff, but I think it's pretty cool because it's like...
Yeah, for sure.
Because I want to figure out how the fuck this dude has a fucking gun head, and if you watch the intro, there's another guy that has a gun head too, exactly like him, so... He has to know something with that dude, so I just want to.
Yeah.
I just want to know like the whole story.
Weird. One wears like a red jacket or some shit like that.
I'm pretty sure one's like part of the like all that
Yakuza.
evil shit. Yeah, pretty much the Yakuza version of that. I just think it's funny how like every anime when they portray a fucking really rich American, it's always a short fucking. Like
you always xenophobic, dude.
Yeah,
you know
they always like make them seem like fucking
racist.
I mean, it is complete racist, but I don't mind honestly when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that shows you like the cultural gap between Japan and America.
Yeah,
like,
I mean we do the same thing in our movies and shit. We exaggerate their fucking.
Not anymore though. That's the thing.
Because that woke bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
This is gonna be called woke cast.
They like, I don't know. At the same time, they are consistently xenophobic and racist. Yeah. But meanwhile, we got over to the point where like, we can kind of make jokes about it, but like, not publish that shit in other countries.
Yeah.
This is an America only movie. It doesn't go anywhere else because no one else would understand that.
And they always portray black guys as these huge giant athletes.
Every single fucking time. Like I watched the band.
Or bodybuilders or some shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Like not all of us look like that nigga Balrog. What the fuck you talking about?
Just on fucking steroids.
But then that's where you just gotta put some Timbs on and fucking like live the experience.
Hey.
Just like I would go to Japan dead ass with some Timbs and just look like I'm from New York and just not actually be from New York.
Dude, if you say you're from California, they'll probably love you even more if you're from California.
Nah, because then you actually got to deal with them.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Nah, that's just
get a little paparazzi.
That would be sick though, because I would try to sell graffiti to them. Because I know 100% in like Shibuya, they'd fucking love that shit. Like it's garbage.
Shibuya, Shibuya, Shibuya Yaka or something like that. I don't know. Boom shakalaka.
Nah, dude. Fucking.
I'd love to go to Japan.
NBA Jam, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
you would hear that shit every time somebody gets like 3 dunks in a row. You're like, he's on fire. Like, yo, chill out.
Yeah, man, I'd love to go to Japan. But that other anime I wanted to kind of talk more about is the Magmel. So this is the one where...
Oh, yeah. I've actually watched a couple.
What'd you think of
it? Episodes are... it's pretty fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like, I guess the best way to put it, self-righteous to an extent, but, like, not really.
It honestly,
it's
like...
hard to explain it. Like,
do you think I was kind of close on the thing, though, with it being, like, a Toonami anime?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like that would be something that would totally be on
that
Toonami.
Shit would be,
I think that's why I liked it. It's just because it had that, like, kind of... Some of that art style kind of had, like, that early 2000s, late 90s kind of feel to it. I really like the story and how he's just, like, this fucking unknown bad... Like a mythical breed of human, you know what I mean? That they're like, oh, there's rumors where they get caught seen every now and then, but... Did you get that far?
No.
So
I zoned out.
They talk about his origin stories and everything.
I think actually like.
I think it takes.
Story,
I think it takes
the anime version of it. For sure.
Yeah, I think it takes like a good 3 or 4 episodes before it actually gets into his origin story. It's a good one though. I really do enjoy it. I'm still trying to figure out if his little assistant though is a robot or a fucking chick. She's a robot.
That shit never gets explained. I've only watched 2 episodes.
I'm pretty sure because he says that she's like a robot or something, but she talks about human Ningans are so weird or something. But I'm like, so she is robot, right? I don't know.
Nah, from like what I get,
because I haven't finished it yet.
Right, because like you know how the droid or the drone or whatever follows him around during like, the missions on Magmel.
That's how he flies around and gets away.
Yeah, and then the other one like stays at the fucking house. It's like, is that one remotely controlling the robot? Or...
Yeah, she's the one controlling the robot. Yeah.
Right, so you're like, maybe she's just chilling at the house playing video games, basically. Like, fuck is that shit?
They have this one character that's hella funny. Like he's definitely like the fucking comic relief character, the guy who's always like. Making faces and like, oh no, like, no, they're gonna find out about me, no.
I watched like parts of that, right?
Oh, you saw that one, yeah?
Oh yeah, because I was like, I wasn't paying attention at that, because like the moment I saw him like popping with the face, I was like, this is bullshit.
Dude, this is one episode where the girl's trying to find out how to get taller, so they go look for fruit on the island that literally like fucks with their genetics and shit. And they're like, "Okay, you're the guinea pig." And they gave him one where he like got like a huge head. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna be like this forever." Like his whole like body just got to mess with it.
Dude, I'm gonna end up watching that shit tomorrow.
And then towards the end of that episode, he ended up finding this big ass. It's one of those monsters, and they kept on throwing him fruits, and he'd get like hella big and strong, and be like, "Yeah!" It was hella funny. I liked it. Yeah, that Magmel show is it's pretty good. It's different. I feel like it's like I'm not too much into the animes lately, so.
Well, you don't have a lot of time.
The ones that I mean, I would watch No Gun Life, but that's weekly episodes, so.
Yeah, same here. But the ones that I watch on Funimation are not like subtitled. I can't even fucking read it. It's just full Japanese. I'm like, what the fuck? How long does it take to put subtitles on this fucking shit? Do you guys not have the license for this? What the fuck am I watching?
Damn, you get subs faster on the.
But even then, there are other ones to watch. So that's what I'm like.
That's what I mean.
The other episodes.
So what about that Rick and Morty season 4? You excited for that?
Fuck. Yes. But I haven't watched it yet. I didn't even know that shit was happening. That's how disconnected I am from everything.
They announced it a while ago, but they just haven't promoted anything for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're just doing it like that.
They had.
That's understandable.
I think they had like 1 or 2 teasers. I thought it was like the like you just saw. We just watched earlier was the intro.
Yeah, that like fucking.
The new intro.
Yeah.
Which I agree with you. I really hope they do show something with that Cthulhu. Fucking.
Dude, what if that's like when they're about to actually end the series entirely? Like, this is season 7. We're done. Can't make a shit no more. This is that scene. This is how the series actually ends.
That'd be pretty sick. Or either that, or it was the episode that just got scrapped. And that they just probably liked the fucking design of the Cthulhu flying through space or whatever.
Right.
I really want to see it. I really hope they bring back what's his name? Evil Morty. Ugh.
Dude, has Evil Morty not been explained?
Rick? No, he hasn't. Because he took over the I think that was the last time they saw him, was he took over the Rick Citadel thing.
Oh, yeah, Rick Citadel.
The Rick and Morty Citadel.
That's definitely not what it's called, though.
Yeah.
I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, me neither.
Whatever. But the all Rick City, all versions of Rick that exist are here. There's no other Ricks.
Yeah, you saw the episode right where he killed all the. And I liked where he was like, what I would have wished for is some pancakes and boobies or something like that, like hella.
That's fucking dumb, Morty.
Well, it's like because remember they did that little Stand By Me with the reptile and the different Mortys,
right?
And then and he's like, I'm just gonna do it. My wish is just. I'm just gonna do it. They jumped into the portal hole and they're like, whoa, he did it. And then it was like, trash dumping out. And then jumped out a bunch of trash. Oh, that was one of the best episodes. Because they did that other thing.
Expendable.
Because they had the other, like the other story, the A and B story, where it showed the cop Rick with the good cop Rick and the bad Morty cop and the good Rick cop.
Right.
And fucking oh man, this little fat Morty cop and just doing all that crazy shit. It's been a while since I watched the last season.
Embezzling money.
Yeah.
We're just like, this is how we fucking keep the streets clean, man.
Yeah. That show is awesome, man. I think they just got so popular so fast. I think it just got overwhelmed with everything. Because, I mean, you remember a while ago, I think it was 2 years ago? Maybe 3 now, damn. But it was the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's.
Oh, word.
Or it was like the Mulan promotion sauce.
Right.
And dude, McDonald's got fucking... I went to one and...
They probably made a lot of money off that.
Probably.
Yeah.
They didn't make any money off me though. I fucking left. So there's no Szechuan sauce here? Good, I'm out.
Dude. Oh, fucking... I didn't even give a shit about that. It's probably people that bought it in like fucking tubs and shit.
Well, apparently you, like, it was like all like limited McDonald's, so only certain McDonald's had them. Not every McDonald's. It was like one of those like things where it's like not just because it's in your region doesn't mean it's at every spot.
Right.
And the one I went to,
shit might not be in California, it might not be in Texas or Ohio or Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York.
Yeah, right? Yeah. The one I went to, I guess they had it, but they ran out in like the first like 30 minutes or some crazy shit. And I got there like an hour late. I didn't really know how to end this episode because I want to try to do more God or Nadas, but I couldn't think of one. It's been a little challenging. So I got a few would you rathers.
Understandable. What are they?
Would you rather have your bones turn into jelly or be stiff like rocks? Like, so you're just a blob. So you have your... You remember those commercials where it'd be like...
what you're saying is like, would you rather your bones be stiff and your body can't move?
Yes.
Or your bones just be jello?
And it'd be like those commercials where it was like, those old pot smoking commercials. Like, what happened to her? She's like, oh, she just smoked a joint and she looked like a person looked like a deflated pillow. Or a deflated balloon on the couch. You don't remember those commercials, dude?
I do remember those
old pot smoking commercials.
Yeah. What? Fuck, dude. Alright, but if I'm gonna be a statue for the rest of my fucking life, I'd rather be a statue for the rest of my life. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck the jelly thing, dude. You can't do shit like that. If I'm gonna freeze in like some like T-pose. This, you know, like fuck it. I guess I ain't moving forever. Carry me out on the fucking the bailiff. Wait, no, bailiff's the fucking court guy. Never mind.
Okay. So you're in a gunfight. You're gonna die. Person walks up to you with a huge fucking cannon-looking thing. Would you rather it be liquid nitrogen or a flamethrower?
So how would I die?
Yeah. From liquid nitrogen or a flamethrower?
Definitely liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
Flamethrower, you're burning to ashes. Nitrogen, you're just gonna freeze and also be a statue.
To be fair, you don't get stopped hitting with the flame, so you probably end up just burning before you die. Hopefully,
you suffocate before you die.
Yeah.
You can't get any oxygen in, so you're suffocated by flame. Yeah.
While getting your insides cooked and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
You're constantly doused in liquid nitrogen. You'd go numb before you realize you're dying.
I mean, you know you're dying, but you wouldn't feel it.
Yeah, at least you wouldn't feel it.
I mean, you'd feel it, but you wouldn't feel it.
You'd be awake, numb as fuck, just sitting there like, why, dude?
So, I totally forgot to bring this up earlier, but they're making a new Grudge movie, which is a fucking stupid mistake. And you know who one of the main characters is? The guy, the Asian dude from Harold and Kumar. He's like...
Is that like a joke movie, or...
Yeah, dude, he's looking for White Castle in the Grudge, bro. The Grudge house. He's like, Kumar, why'd you come in here, bro? I'm just kidding.
Alright, but if that's the beginning of a Harold and Kumar, alright, sure.
Oh, dude, that'd be amazing.
But don't be serious about that shit.
So, so a lot of these are, this is another one, like, this is your demise, you're gonna die. Rather die by
You've had a fucked up week, dude. Those are your fucking would you rathers. Like, how do you want to die today? Like, damn, you sound like me.
Well, how would you rather get the death from the Grudge lady or the Ring girl from the movies?
Alright, now it depends. How do they look?
Exactly how they do in the movies, bro.
So this fucking frail, like, demon Nah, I'm beating the shit out of both of them. They're frail ass demons, dude. Just like the fucking 60-year-old lady thing. No,
Bro,
I'm fucking breaking those goddamn bones.
you said the key word, though. Demon, dude.
Yeah.
They got ultra powers, bro. They're gonna suck you into the next dimension.
All right, but do they actually? And you know what? That's a little too questionable. But about to say some like morally offensive shit. It's like, okay,
So,
but are they
let me say,
succubus demons?
I mean, if you want them to be, they can. But
all right, then I'd fucking go with the grudge lady, probably.
Let me say this.
Never mind.
Let me say this: the grudge lady, you don't know when your demise would be, so it could be 10 minutes, a day, a year,
I'm gonna watch,
5 years.
I'm gonna go out.
Or the ring girls. The ring girl
the ring,
was 7 days.
Right.
7 days. I saw a video on this like 5 years ago, so it's even older. It's even more funnier now, where he's like, I have this video where if you fucking watch it, you'll die, and it's like, it's been going around town for years. And he's like, check it out, it's this, a VHS. And the girl's looking at him, and like, it's like literally hella ominous. It's animation, so it's a cartoon, so it's really exaggerated. And he's like, he's looking at her like looking like a fucking dirty ass hippie, and he turns to her and she's like, the fuck's a VHS? And the video ends there.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. And this was like 5 years ago, so like, it's even more truer now. Like, okay. So I had this one. I have to spruce it up a little bit though. So no fingers, but you can't move your wrist, or no legs.
No fingers, but I can use my wrist?
You can't move your wrist.
Fuck, no legs, dude.
No legs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where on the fucking leg do I lose?
All the way up to the fucking socket. You got your dick and balls.
Alright, yeah, legs. Any fucking day of the week, like, you know, whatever. Like, I'm gonna get in this fucking wheelchair and just be fucking...
Yeah, because I was gonna say no fingers or no legs, but you would have been like, no legs, because I could still play games or something like that. And I was like, okay, you gotta.
That was the correct bait, for sure. Because at least, like, one, I still have a fucking job. Because, like, how the fuck you gonna work without your goddamn, like, arms? What the fuck you gonna do? Kicking dirt around? Like, nah, nigga, get a goddamn shovel or get the fuck out.
Dude, on Tosh Panel, I seen this chick that had no arms and she had a kid and she'd feed her kid fucking mashed potatoes.
Nah, I couldn't go out like that.
She fucking poked her baby's eye out with her big toe. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably.
I'm just kidding.
Shit, like, learning how to do that. You fucking breaking shit all the goddamn time. Like,
so, stop time for 5 seconds or teleport 10 feet.
oh, teleport 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why?
Yo, dead ass. Like, so 10 feet, like, you know, that's a specific distance, dude. All right, now, does my body explode if I impact a surface, or?
No, like, so, like, if...
So can I go through walls, though?
Yeah.
Any day of the week, teleport 10 feet.
It would be like one of those things, so, like, let's say in between the wall, there's a ½ inch. If you're on the further side of the ½ inch, you get ported on the other side. But if you're on the lower side, like the closer side of the ½ inch, you don't go through the wall. So if you teleport inside the wall, whatever the majority of your body is on the other side.
So on collision.
Or, like you don't, like fucking fuse or some shit.
Alright, fair enough, dude. That's some nice mathematics. I enjoy that shit, dude. But, yeah. That's Blink. That's every teleportability you see everywhere.
Yeah.
Of course, like, nigga, I'd be robbing banks and shit at that point. I'd find where the safe is. Like, no one makes a 10-foot or 10-foot vault. That shit don't exist. And just fucking go through the wall.
Hell yeah, dude. Alright, so last one. Would you rather be a turd or a schnerd?
Obviously, Shnerd any day of the week, dude.
Schnerd. Alright, that's pretty much everything I got. Is there anything you want to bring up? Is there anything you want to bring up? Or?
Nah, dude. Like, yeah.
You guys,
thanks for listening.
Thank you for coming over here, Cameron. I appreciate it, bro.
Dude, I'm happy there's a place I'm welcome. Welcome and wanted.
Hell yeah, definitely. All right, you guys have a good one. You guys take care of each other. Shnerdcast out. Shnerd.